Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting figure review. Tonight we're taking a look at the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Withered Foxy Funko Pop. So quickly taking a look at the box here, you can see the figure nicely displayed in the window there. You can see a render of Withered Foxy. You can see his name, Withered Foxy. You can see Pop Games. You can see it's from Five Nights at Freddy's. You can see his number, which is 1085. Side of the box, you can see Pop Games, a render of Withered Foxy, his name, Withered Foxy, 1085. You can see the right corner of the FNAF 2 office. Back of the box, you can see some more of the FNAF 2 office with Pop Games, a render of Withered Foxy, Five Nights at Freddy's logo, 1085, and the lineup of different characters in this line, which consist of Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, Withered Foxy, Withered Freddy, and Mangle, which is a supersized figure. Side of the box is Pop Games. You can see the figure peeking, 1085, his name, Withered Foxy, and of course, on the top you can see the Funko logo, the figure peeking, and Pop Games. And that pretty much wraps up the packaging on this guy. So without further ado, I'm going to take a few minutes to get this bad boy unboxed. Don't go away, there's more figure review to be had. Alright, here is Withered Foxy out of the packaging, and of course, this guy is my favorite in the line next to, of course, Mangle, but we'll get there when we get there. Right now, we're talking about Withered Foxy. And I love this figure. It looks just like Withered Foxy. I think it's amazing. So you can see he's done in this dark red color with all this great dry brushing all over the figure to make him look all beat up and withered. I really like how the dry brushing looks on these figures. And of course, because he's Foxy, he's probably the most damaged out of the withered animatronics. You can see like a whole chunk of his head is missing, revealing his endoskeleton skull there. And I wouldn't call that like a skeleton, but like the framework of his ear. You can see some wires coming out. His eye patch is actually up, so you can see his other eye, and there's a lot of like damage around his eye here. And then looking at like his body here, you can see lots of endoskeleton is exposed, like in the arms here. His whole hook is exposed. Like there's usually like a black part that goes over it at the end. That is completely missing, and you can literally just see the joints of his hook. Again, more endoskeleton goodness. To carry on into the back, he's got like this really big like piece of metal here in the back here. You can see a little bit of it coming through the joints here, and of course he's got the the stereotypical endoskeleton hand and endoskeleton legs that Foxy's always had, at least the way we've seen him in the games. He's got a second jaw in there, and of course he's got his main jaw, which is quite nice. I love the snout-like look of Foxy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, or at least the withered version of him, because it actually makes him look more like a fox, which is pretty cool. It's more pointed, and it protrudes more. I cannot talk. So it looks quite nice. And yeah, he's really, really cool. I love how this guy looks. Probably my favorite Foxy figure next to the original Foxy that Funko came out with. But that's simply because of nostalgia. And the original Foxy Funko Pop isn't the best Funko Pop compared to what we have now. But I like it merely because of nostalgia. But yeah, this is Withered Foxy. Probably my favorite out of the line, which isn't a shocker because Foxy is my favorite character in Five Nights at Freddy's. I love nearly every version they've come out with him. But I guess, with all that being said, before things get too long, we'll move into some comparisons. First up for comparison, here is Withered Foxy next to the original Foxy. And you can see it's not the most accurate compared to the actual model of Foxy. I always thought, even as a kid, that this actually looked closer to the Gmod model of Foxy.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is
rather than the actual model of Foxy in the games. But you can see the original Foxy Funko Pop next to the new withered version, at least at the time of this recording. And lastly, here is withered Foxy next to the Five Nights at Freddy's live-action movie Foxy. Also, real quick here, I almost forgot, Foxy does have articulation in his head. It can rotate all the way around. He can do the Exorcist, which is quite cool. And I guess I'll do the articulation for Withered Chica, as I completely missed that one in the last video. So, trying to be careful not to break her, because her jaw is rather thin. She does have a full rotation. Ooh, that's making me nervous in the head. It was really tight, but we got it done. So yeah, of course, they do have articulation in the heads. Anyway, of course, I love this figure. In fact, this is probably my favorite figure in the line, which isn't surprising because Foxy is my favorite character, so of course I'm gonna like this over any other character in the set. But so far, I'm loving every figure in this set of withered animatronic figures from Funko, their Funko Pop line. It looks really cool, it's definitely super accurate, and I could really see Funko reusing this sculpt to make a Phantom Foxy. All they need to do is take off the hook and paint it in Phantom Foxy colors, which would be really, really cool. But this is my look at the Funko Pop of Withered Foxy. I absolutely love this guy. But let me know what you guys think about this guy in the comments below. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.